Taurus, Elsie here to do a bonus read. I just want to get a read up before the new week begins. How you doing? I'm doing this late on a Sunday. Thought I would come here and just say hello. And yeah, let's do a read. Let's find out what's going on. Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Let's find out what's going on in the Taurus realm. Let's find out what's going on for Taurus. Taurus, don't forget, private reads are open. Please look in the pinned comment if you're interested. And thank you for your thumbs up, by the way. You are growing this tribe one thumbs up at a time. Tell me about Taurus. What do I need to know about Taurus, please? We've got the Seven of Wands. I think you're about to make a decision about something here. It feels like you are... I feel like something has, Taurus, it feels like something has, I want to say snapped into shape. I'm doing this. Like, it feels like, it's like, okay, I've got to do it. It feels like something is being done here. The star is hope, but this Seven of Pentacles is what sort of got me all over the place. Sorry, the Seven of Wands. Because the Seven of Wands, although it's about standing up for yourself and about some boundaries, this particular one, you can see this person has the two wands in hand and is jumping over the five. So it almost feels like somebody here is making a decision to leap over the indecision of something. And something you've been hopeful about might be coming from someone standing up for something, is what it feels like. Going to make a decision. I can no longer stay in this indecision. We've got the Eight of Swords. Somebody who has been quietly in their head. Maybe you've been waiting on someone to make a decision, Taurus. You could be the one who's in your head, though. Tell me more about this. More energy, please. Somebody is speaking their feelings, is what it looks like. I'm reading the Seven of Wands as somebody who has finally made a decision to stand up for themselves and to get out of their indecision. The two wands being held up is, I have decided to take action. And I'm looking at the King of Cups. It does feel like somebody who's been hiding something under the surface because there's been a worry. And the worry is that if I speak out loud, that somebody here is going to shut me off, shut me down, not going to listen to me. Somebody here has been worried about, if I say it out loud, if I use the inside voice outside, somebody here is not going to be happy with me, or I may not be happy with the honest truth that they give me, because the King of Swords is here. I think you're hoping that the truth will come out. If I'm being honest, it feels like this is different from this. It feels like this is someone else and this is you. It feels like you want the truth to come out because you're tired of thinking up all of the wild scenarios in your head about why something is delayed, why somebody's not doing something. It feels like you're hopeful that something will come to fruition, but it feels like this over here is, I want this person to just be honest with me. Can you just say it already? Because I'm tired of coming up with the scenarios in my head and overthinking it over and over. I feel like with the Nine of Swords and the One here, something here is about to come to an end or to be released. It feels like somebody is releasing their feelings and they finally made the decision to do that. I think that you've been hopeful that somebody's been wanting to say something or finally stand up for themselves and say something about what they've been hiding underneath the surface. It feels like somebody here does have feelings or does have emotions or feels some kind of way about the situation, but they haven't said it. And you're just like, just say it. The King of Swords is the one who's just going to say it. Look, I don't really care how you feel about the whole thing. I'm just going to give you the facts. And I think that's how you're feeling about it finally. I don't really care if you hurt my feelings. Can you just tell me what's going on? That's what it feels like. So I feel like you've been in this sort of anxious energy of waiting for someone to be truthful and honest about the way they feel about something. It could be romantic, about how they feel about you romantically. Maybe you feel like something's under the surface and they're not saying it, but it could also be maybe you've been waiting on a promotion, right? It could be that. We've got 9 Pentacles here. Maybe you've been waiting on someone to finally stand up and say something on your behalf. Yeah. Let's look at this star energy here. This is Aquarian energy. Tell me about this star energy here. Something you've really been wishing for. Oh, why did I hear that just now? That's weird. You know what? Because I'm clairaudient, right? You guys know that. If you've been here long enough, you know I'm clairaudient and I hear songs. And this is a song from a long time ago. I heard catch a falling star and put it in your pocket, save it for another day. Or is it save it for a rainy day? Maybe I am wrong about the exact lyrics, but I feel like it's something you've been wishing on, like you've been wishing on a star, hoping on something to happen. And I don't think that you care whether it guts you or not. I think that with the King of Swords here, you just want the absolute truth. You're tired of being stuck in your head. You hope it's going to work out the way you want it to. In the meanwhile, it seems like there is somebody over here who is becoming brave enough to stand up for what they want. I feel like what they want is to bring whatever has been underneath the surface and bring it to the top. Look, we're in retrograde, right? Right now we're, how do they call that? Look, I'm not an astrologer, but I think they call that being in detriment. I don't think that Mercury is very comfortable in Scorpio, but definitely not comfortable in Sagittarius. And I think it's supposed to be moving around there, like back and forth. I feel like it's supposed to be moving back and forth. So, okay, look, all of that aside, because I don't really care about the astrology. When it comes down to it, really, I'm the energy reader, right? So I feel like somebody is uncomfortable, and that's why I'm saying it. So, like the universe is making someone so uncomfortable in how they feel about this, that they're just going to be honest with you, and you're finally going to be able to get out of your head. But I feel like the star energy is like catch a falling star and put it in your pocket and save it for another day. It feels like, or save it for a rainy day. I'm not really sure what he says, but it feels like you've been hoping for something, that somebody was going to be honest with you and truthful, even if it hurt you, even if the answer was no, even if you didn't get what you wanted, Taurus. I don't think that you care. I think that you just want, I think that you're kind of in this dead zone of waiting, hoping, wishing, and you just want someone to cut you loose. Like you don't want to be stuck in this Eight of Swords anymore. Tell me about the Aquarius energy here. Tell me about the star. What is this falling star, or what is this hope? Tell me what the hope is. The hope is conversation. The hope is that you'll give me clarity and be honest and truthful with me so I can have my own aha moment and decide what I'm doing from here. So it feels like someone is hoping for clarity, hoping that someone will contact them, give them communication. I'm hoping somebody is going to reach out to me and just tell me what the hell is going on. It feels a little bit frustrating. Like I'm looking at this Seven of Wands and it feels a little bit of frustration. This person is like, you know, it feels like it's like warrior energy. I'm finally just going to do it. So I feel like you're hoping that somebody is going to communicate with you and give you clarity about what's going on here. And I don't know what this is about necessarily. We got Six Pentacles in the reverse. So I feel like you're feeling breadcrumbed about something. Look, we could be talking about work. When Pentacles show up, it can be something that's in the 3D, of course. But it feels like it is something that has been sort of under the surface, but it's been in your head a lot. I don't think you've been saying anything. And you're waiting for someone to feel their feelings on something and stand up for what they believe in, what they feel. This person is really freaking weirded out, though. They don't think that you want to hear it, honestly. I think that they're worried that they're going to bear their feelings. And look, that's hard for the King of Cups. The King of Cups doesn't usually do that stuff. We are in Scorpio season. It could be a Scorpio we're talking about, but it feels like somebody is going to finally bring it to the surface. The Six of Pentacles in the reverse is somebody who I feel that you've been giving your time, attention, effort to, and they've not been evening up that effort. And so I feel like you probably have gone silent because the Eight of Swords is here. It feels like you've gone silent. Pardon me. Look, my throat wasn't doing this before I got into this reading. It feels like somebody here can't bring themselves to say it. That's what it feels like. The throat chakra might be blocked here. So the Eight of Swords. I think that you're in your head thinking of all the worst case scenarios because you haven't heard from this person. I feel like you've stopped communicating with them because I feel like you're communicating twice as much as they are. So I think you've just stopped. That's what it feels like. We've got the Five of Pentacles. We've got the Hermit energy. And the Ten of Wands in the reverse. I feel like you're trying to release something that you feel caught in. So the Eight of Swords is the overthinking of the Five of Pentacles. This person has stopped communicating with you and you don't know why. The Hermit energy is here. So somebody is hermiting. It feels like, I don't feel like this person has stopped communicating with you for anything that you did, if that's what you're thinking. If it was something you said or did, I don't think it is. I feel like this person is wondering if they're enough. It feels like with this Virgo energy here, with this Hermit energy, they're thinking in terms of spiritually, but also in terms of the self. And I feel like this person's trying to figure out if they have enough light for you, if they are spiritual enough for you, if they are enough for you. The Hermit is the place where we go for places of self-preservation. This person is scared, has a worry that if they tell you their feelings, that you're just going to say, no, bro, what are you talking about? Why would you even say that? Like, when I'm looking at the King of Swords is like, why would you even say that to me? It feels like they feel they're going to be met with coldness. Someone who is unfeeling, who is very head over heart. The Ten of Wands in the reverse is telling me that this person doesn't know how to feel about the situation. It's like they can't read you. Like, have you ever tried to read an Aquarius? Just saying. I mean, I adore Aquarius because I know many of them and they teach me a lot of things. But have you ever tried to read Aquarius? I'm just saying, it's hard to read Aquarius. I feel like somebody can't read you. And so that's why they're so worried about how you're going to react if they tell you that they would like to see you out more often or something like that. We've got the Nine of Pentacles, we've got the Three of Pentacles, and the Ten of Cups. This person is trying to find the confidence to build some sort of foundation with you so we can possibly see if we are compatible, if this is a happy union. I think that they want to get to know you more. The Three of Pentacles is partnership. It's not love, it's partnership. But this person, it feels like they feel as though you have, they want to make sure that they can match your confidence, that they can match your spirituality, that they can match you where you're at. And with the Ten of Wands in the reverse, they're still holding on to things from the past and they don't know if they're enough. So the Three of Pentacles is telling me they do want to build a foundation with you. But, a pentacle foundation, right? Partnership, so we can get along, cooperation, collaboration. We can do things together, pick apples or, go to a bee farm or I don't know, whatever it is. But it feels like the Ten of Cups here is like this person sees a long-term future and that you make them really happy when they're in your environment. You make them really happy. So I feel like this person is trying to release the nerves is what it feels like with the Ten of Swords and the, the Nine of Swords and the King of Swords. Somebody here is trying to release their nervousness so they can stand up for themselves and tell you about how they feel. Let's talk about the King of Cups. Because if they've been holding this under the surface, maybe you don't even know. Like maybe they are the King of Swords. Maybe you don't even know that. Because look, these two are the Stoics, right? You're never going to know what's going on with them. They're not going to show it on the surface. They're not going to tell you what's on the surface. Unless they're like these, unless you're dealing with somebody who's like a Cancer and Pisces, something like that, then possibly you'll be able to read them. But generally, it's hard to read the King of Cups and the King of Swords. We've got the King of Wands now. We've got the Seven of Pentacles and the Eight of Wands. It feels like someone no longer wants to wait. They want to press forward or take a shot. And it feels like there is a lot of excitement about that, I would say. It feels like someone is excited to do it. They're trying, they keep trying to hold themselves back because they're tangled up in their head about how they're going to say this to you. So why do they feel like they have to stand up? Like, this feels like somebody here who you already know, and they feel like maybe you know them, and now they're coming at you because now they have an attraction to you. We've got 3 kings here. The only king we don't have is the King of Pentacles. Maybe this person feels like they don't have enough material wealth or financial possessions, or they can't really give you the things that they feel like you deserve. Tell me about why they feel like they need to stand up here. What's going on? We've got the Six of Swords, we've got the Knight of Swords, and we've got the Justice card. This person only wants to speak the truth. They want to do the right thing, but they're not sure if they should just blurt it out or if they should do it softly. They're not really sure of how they're supposed to do this. Justice tells me that somebody wants to restore balance between you and them. Also, with the Knight of Swords, they don't want to look aggressive. They don't want to feel aggressive, but they feel like they're just going to have to say it. This is somebody who usually likes to keep their life in balance, and they're not a person who just blurts it out. They're a person who takes their time. They move really slow. Libra energy, right? Somebody who's very analytical. I'm going to figure it out, think it out before I do anything. But the Six of Swords being here tells me somebody's feeling like that has put them in a very chaotic place in the mind, and they want to go to a calmer place. And so in order to go to the calmer place, they've just got to blurt it out. Gemini energy, right? They've just got to say it, because that's the only thing that's going to bring me any sort of peace or balance in my life. What do they want to say? That's what I want to know. What do they want to say, and how will they say it? Because we've got the Ace of Swords here, Page of Wands. It feels like they're trying to be analytical, but they're kind of playful, fun, fiery, and I think that they've gotten the message. If you've been the person who just stopped messaging because you've been messaging them twice as much as they've been messaging you, I think I'm talking about you. Tell me what they're likely going to say when they reach out. We have the Queen of Swords, very interesting. We have the Page of Swords. So many swords. Look, I'm going to be shocked if you're not dealing with an air sign of some sort. A Libra, a Gemini, or an Aquarius. On the offhand, it might be a Scorpio, or maybe an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, but I feel like this is telling me, this is telling me more things about Mercury than anything, because I think Mercury is retrograding between Scorpio and Sagittarius, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. You can correct me, please do, if you know. But I think that's what I heard. Anyway, so we've got the Queen of Swords here. This person is somebody who is highly intellectual. They have a really hard time connecting with their feelings, and it's because their feelings are so deep that they have a hard time connecting with them. This person is watching you or observing you from a distance. That's why they haven't been speaking with you. It feels like they felt like they had to draw some sort of a boundary so they didn't get hurt. 1, 2, 3. I'm looking at these 3 swords popping out here. They felt like they had to draw some sort of boundary so they didn't get hurt. Maybe they are really feeling this, you pulling your energy back here. Tell me about this. Empress in the reverse. So this person feels like you've pulled back your energy, you've pulled back your abundance, you're not giving them attention. I feel like they feel a little less special when you don't give them attention. I'm just going to say, they feel like they've pissed off the Empress. And for those of you who aren't aware, you're really hard pressed to piss the Empress off, honestly. Somebody who is balanced, who's done all the work, somebody who realizes that people are allowed to be who they are and allowed to feel what they feel, and it has nothing to do with them. The Empress is detached from all of it. That's why the Queen of Swords is here. So you're hard pressed to piss the Empress off. And if you get pissed off with people because of this kind of thing, then it's unlikely that you're in the Empress energy, because the Empress, I feel like somebody feels like the Empress is in the reverse, but I don't think that that's the case. I feel like the Empress is wondering, like, what's going on? Like, are you communicating with me or not? Honestly, the Empress is not going to wait. And that could be with the Empress in reverses as well. Tell me about this King of Swords, Nine of Swords, because it feels like the dam is going to break. Something's going to be released. I'm just going to let it go and I'm just going to say something. That's what it feels like here. We've got, the King of Pentacles. Okay, so you're dealing with an Emperor. There we go. We're dealing with an Emperor, and the Emperor doesn't go in unless they know they're going to win. And they think that the Empress is ignoring them. And so the Emperor is unsure about the feelings of the Empress. So instead of getting in text and asking, I feel like this King of Pentacles is telling me that somebody is probably going to wait until they see you and then speak with you face to face, because they don't know how you feel, moon energy with the Magician. They don't know how you feel. They don't know if you're interested in creating something with them or not. And so I think that they're probably not going to communicate with you in text. I feel like they're going to observe you until the time at which they can communicate with you face to face. And that is more of what an Emperor would do. The Emperor would wait until they can connect face to face, so I can look at you, so I can feel you, so I can see what you're actually about. And so this person doesn't deal very well in this whole texting game. That's not what the Emperor is up to. So instead of guessing whether Taurus is interested or not, I'm going to wait until I see them face to face, and they'll probably find a way to do that. How will they find a way to do that? The Ten of Pentacles, the Two of Wands, and the Queen of Cups in the reverse. This person is going to wait and plan. So they're going to make a plan to see if they can see you in a group of people, in the people that you know. Ten of Pentacles is here. So maybe it's the workplace, maybe it's in a group of friends, maybe it's people who feel like family. It feels like I'm going to wait and I'm going to plan until we're in a public space with a lot of people, and then I'm going to try and get the Empress's energy face to face. They're not exactly sure, because the Queen of Cups being in the reverse, they're not exactly sure if the reason you're not talking is that you're avoidant of your feelings, or that you don't want to talk about your feelings. They're not really sure what's going on here. The Sun is here though. So I feel like with the Sun here, that somebody here is going to be happily surprised, but it also feels like with the Sun here that there is going to be a breakthrough. I feel like the Emperor is going to wait to speak with you face to face. If you're not going to see the Emperor, you won't speak with him face to face. I'm just going to say. But I feel like for those of you who this is resonating for, the next time you see this person, it's going to be in a group of people, whatever the Ten Pentacles is. It could be a seminar. It could be that you're both assigned to. It could be the workplace. It could be work friends. It could be Friday after work, you go for drinks with friends. I don't know what it is, but it's going to be in a place where there is a lot of money flowing, possibly people around. That's what it feels like here. Interesting. I'm going to leave this right here. Thank you so much for being here and watching. I do appreciate you, Taurus. I'm going to go because I'll be back. Well, I'll go and I'll be back because I'm always back. I think I just need to stop reading today. I'm tired. I'm going to go. You guys take care. Bye-bye.